Jones. And behind him, Chase Elliott.
And 37 laps to go. We know that these guys are hammered down all the way to the end right here. You think that's a long time, but these laps are going to click off pretty quick right here, so you've got to do everything that you can to make up that track position early in this stage.
Jones pushing hard on Hocevar on the outside. Bowman giving good pushes on the bottom. I really like how that 47 car sucks up to the back of the cars and creates those opportunities.
And the other thing that I notice about that 47 car, Clint, is just you see how off-center a lot of these guys are. He's always super square to the back bumper of whoever he is pushing, and that's what makes good speed.
Four of the current top 10 have never won a NASCAR Cup race. And as you pointed out all day, this is the place for first-time winners, 12 of them in all.
And today just makes it even more possible for those first-time winners with so many of those guys running smaller field now. Opportunity is there, and who is going to open that door?
I talked to Chase Elliott in the pre-race show, Mike, and I asked him about the Chevrolet, the new body, and where it needed work.
Yeah, and these are the types of
that
things.
That right front looks low. I'm sorry, Kevin.
And that's what I was getting ready to say is these types of things are what happen when you have tore up body panels and braces come loose, caution's out.
So apparently debris from Tyler Reddick will put us under caution for the 5th time today.
Oh, that's the tires.
Yeah, we're watching him right on the bottom, and I think you're going to see a lot of the kind of the same thing that right front. You can see him start to go up, much like we saw with Gibbs, but a lot better scenario. There it's down.
Yeah, and you see, and that's why the caution came out, the carcass of that tire rolling off onto the racetrack.
The crazy part is I don't think she isn't killed yet.
No, he's going to keep going. But you see all that damage on the right front tire. So it could have been from something coming loose or rubbing up there. Or he's got a handling condition where the car's too tight. And
coming to 22 to go, it's time to get established in this race. I don't care where you're at. Just keep the track position in the front. If you're in the back, find a way.
Kyle Busch had an uncontrolled tire penalty on his pit stop. Starts out back.
Bottom lane got a great connection down there. You see the 47 and the 43 have a little bit of trouble right there.
And that little bit of trouble is those moments that we were talking about earlier. You know, somebody slips up, has to check them up. I always explain this like a chain. You get slack in the chain, and it's not successful. You got to keep the slack out of the chain in that line. Starts that slinky effect and slows everybody down. But that's the moment that somebody back there with no track position is waiting for.
And you see Hocevar right there, and you're probably thinking, well, why didn't he block that top lane? And I think for him, in his mind, you heard his crew chief Luke Lambert talk about putting himself in the right position, and the right position is in front of those two Chevrolets in that bottom lane, and it's all about trying to get yourself to exactly what Luke said, the last 2 laps, and just being there and making the right decisions until then.
Jones's car on the outside, I've been watching him, and that car can really push hard, but you see that slinky effect, the slack in the chain that I talk about. Seems like it pushes him out. He loses the help behind him, and it creates a lot of slack in that outside line. A lot of movement, a lot more movement out there than there is on the bottom.
In all the movement at the front of the back, to me, Chris Buescher's number 17 has looked the most stable.
And he's been there all day. I think having that Ford up front, We know they're the best pushers and the cars to be pushed. Chevrolet talked about their cars, they're better, but I still don't think they're as good as the Ford as far as pushing and being pushed. They're definitely the most stable cars with somebody on their bumper.
His best friend is having that Toyota behind him because you got a Chevrolet's behind them. This is one of those scenarios where nobody really has their teammate or the right person behind him other than Hocevar with two Chevrolets behind him. Great pusher with Bona.
And the one thing that you keep mentioning are Chevrolets. There are a lot of Chevrolets at the front of this pack, and when push comes to shove, there's going to be some loyalty on that side of it to try to get a Chevrolet to victory lane.
I think. Well, this is the first time you saw the leader move down. Jones followed suit with him. That's his dancing partner, Jones and Buscher.
You saw Priest, he's on the outside, 4 cars back. He's the closest thing to a friend that Buscher has in this whole top 10.
Hocevar moved up, joined that outside line.
Well, if he didn't, he was going to lose more track position, and that's what we talked about earlier. And he is the guy that is, anytime he gets a run, he's going to take it.
This is that moment that I'm talking about. Great communication with Buscher and his spotter. Move up, slow that line down, use it, keep this track position. Working well together.
And still the same amount of Chevys behind him, but I think he upgraded with his pushers. You see him